There's this cat who assaulted a Capitol police officer engaging in an act of terrorism, dragged a cop. There's video, there are pictures. They've been looking for this guy. They finally found him. They arrested him. And this is what he does for a living. Put it up. I kid you not. That is what he does for a living. This is his side gig. Put up the picture of him dragging the cop. That's his side job. Okay, let's recap. Here's what he does for a living. Side gig. 7 months after the January 6th terrorist attack, a what's called white whale suspect who has been documented dragging Capitol Police downstairs during this insurrection has finally been arrested. He faces multiple charges, including federal charges, assaulting federal officers, and using a dangerous weapon. Okay, this guy's name is Logan Barnhart, 40 years of age, a Michigan bodybuilder, wearing sunglasses and that Caterpillar hoodie that you saw. He was nicknamed Cat Sweat. There's a group named Sedition Hunters. They are a group of citizens who have been looking at videos and figuring out who people are, helping the authorities find them. Here's a little bit of video. Wow. Okay. According to HuffPost, a tipping point in the investigation came when the Sedition Hunters uncovered video of Barnhart that showed him without sunglasses during the Trump rally at the White House prior to the attack. Okay. Here's their call to action using that video footage. You see it? Do you know this person? Sedition Hunters, FBI.gov, US Capitol, /US Capitol. So they help people meet justice. That is what they do. Good for them. The image of Barnhart's face plugged into a publicly available facial recognition website, pulled up several other images of Barnhart that are plastered across the internet on bodybuilding websites, photography portfolios, and the likes. Okay, all right, listen. This is indisputable, we tell the truth here, okay? So the next graphic that I'm putting up that I will read to you is just simply the truth. Yet it was Barnhart's Instagram account, that damn IG, where he described himself, hey, this is what he said, as a pipe layer, heavy machine operator, and posted right-wing memes alongside shirtless thirst traps that sealed the deal. In July 2019, Barnhart posted an image of himself wearing the same American flag that he'd later wear to the Capitol. And in August 2020, he posted a video of himself at work in a Caterpillar branded sweatshirt. I mean, all of the evidence is right there on his IG account, all right? Barnhart made a court appearance on Tuesday afternoon in Michigan. He was assigned a court-appointed attorney. He was released on house arrest and an unsecured bond of $5,000. Several defendants have already been arrested in connection with the attack, including Jack Way Witten, who was positioned next to Barnhart and had his hand on the back of the officer's neck. Here's a reality, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing's gonna really happen to this guy. Okay, nothing's gonna happen to him, all right? He'll get probation, he'll pay a fine, a low fine, and that's it, because that has been the cookie cut model of all of these terrorists who attacked the US Capitol that day. Barnhart's Instagram was also littered with right-wing tropes, such as COVID-19 denial and rants against Black Lives Matter. You don't say. Nando, what are your thoughts here?
No, I mean, the only thing I'll throw into the mix to maybe just as a thought experiment. I mean, the only thing that kind of troubles me about all this is this idea of like collaborating with the FBI. I just, the FBI is like they're bad. They're not good. They investigated Martin Luther King and encouraged him to commit suicide, infiltrated all manner of activist groups, Black Panther Party, the Sanctuary Cities movement, and do all kinds of. And I get a little weary of like really collaborating with the FBI. I mean, this is obviously like the January 6th thing was bad, and those people should be punished and all that stuff. But I just get a little tingle when I'm thinking about the FBI being the ones that we have to sort of give information to.
Let me ask you,
know what I mean?
Because I understand the historical point of view. And listen, the police are the police to me as far as I'm concerned. And I really hope we get to a place where cops arrest cops. As soon as they see a cop who commits an act of criminality against a citizen, I don't care what department you belong to, the cop who sees it needs to arrest you. Put your hands behind your back, you're going to jail, all right? That's how it should happen if we are under an equal application of the law, right? But we're not, we know we're not. So let me just ask you this question. Who do you think these terrorists should go to? Like, who should arrest them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like that's the problem in this country is that we have, there's crime and we have to deal with it, and I believe that you can't just let crime go unpunished and things like that. But then we also can't trust our authorities, so we're kind of stuck. That there is no that we're just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because the FBI, I mean, it's not just like ancient history from the 1960s or whatever. Like, there's documented evidence of them entrapping young Muslims and things like that in the last few years. It's like they're still a pretty dangerous organization in their own right. So again, I struggle with that all the time because it's on the one hand you need crime to go punished and you need people to face justice and things like that. But the authorities that kind of govern us are also often very corrupt and very violent and so I'm just saying that's something I struggle with.
Yeah, and I think all of us who work in social justice arenas, we understand the nuance of that, and we know that one group is not holy and the other group contrary to that. We understand the nuance here, but it's very clear that when a person engages in an attack on the US Capitol, here's what we know. We know that the powers that be, the authorities, they decided to give them a pass. Because if you would have had that many black people rushing the Capitol, people would have died. If you would have had that many folks with the last name Muhammad rushing the Capitol, beating up the police, using weapons, threatening violence, threatening to kill people, folks would have been shot in the head, shot dead. But because these were white men, white women, they were given the benefit of the doubt because of how our structure of law enforcement gives the benefit of the doubt to those who are not black, brown, and or Muslim. And I'm sure you would agree with that.
Oh, that is absolutely true. I mean, that's you can only imagine if it was 5,000 black men, there would have been bodies all over the place. Yeah, everywhere. I think that's undisputably true. I have no argument for me there.